Okay, so this video is about attention, and yeah. So there's a like an ancient proverb, a parable. It says, "Energy flows where attention goes." All right, attention, attention, attention. Attention is very valuable because it's like a piece of your energy source. It's like a piece of you. What you are is literally like God. You can be everywhere at once at all times. So wherever your mind is or wherever your attention is, there you are. Your attention is in the clouds, guess what? There you are. If your attention is thinking of how vast the entire universe is, there you are. It's just that simple, even if you've never been there. So if your attention is on what another person over there is doing, there you are. If your attention is on something that makes your physiology go, there you are. If your attention is on something that makes you go, there you are. It's just that simple. But your attention is something that you control. It's like a bucket of energy. It's like or your portion of energy that you can will whenever you want, and it's based on what you're aware of. Most of the time it's on what people are focusing on with their eyes, what their eyes are focused on. But if you sit there and unfocus your eyes, you can become aware of everything that's around you. So, you can use that attention whenever you want, but it is energy, and it is I want to say in a sense limited. So when a lot of people are drained, it's because they're worrying about things they're sending their attention in areas that are not them. They're scattering their attention on future things, future worries. Somebody over here is doing something they didn't like, somebody over here who has offended them. Then they have to remember that they don't talk to this person, remember that they haven't forgiven this person, remember what that person did to them. And they're in all of those individual places where everybody's hurt them, where everybody's taking advantage of them, or any of those types of things where they haven't let that stuff go, where they haven't released that. They have to keep energy there, and there's an unlimited source of energy, but you start to feel the attention when your attention energy is spread. So you feel that, and you're drained, and you're weary, and all these different types of things because you're spread all over the place. You've emptied your bucket on things that don't matter. The person or the thing that energy should be on is you. That's what it's given to you for. So the proverb comes from the Huna. If you ever heard of somebody talking about something, I'm the big Kahuna, that's like saying I'm the big voodoo priest. They don't know that though, but the Huna are uh, like a version of it's like the Hawaiian version of voodoo. It actually came from there. It came from West Africa or something like that. Transition over there. So they talk about that principle of attention goes or energy flows where attention goes, and they use it in practice. It's not a theory for them, and you can see it yourself if you've ever been like if you meditate, if you sit and meditate, when you get to the part where you're no longer conscious of your body, and that'll happen as just because you close off the signals from the outside world until you might remind yourself that there's a body there. You close that off and you just sit there for a minute, almost like you wander into a little daydream. You forget all about your body, and then when you remember your body again, think about your hand, and you'll feel the pulse in your hand. That pulse has been going the entire time, but now, well, right now I'm doing my left hand, so that pulse has been going the entire time, but now you feel it. Your attention is there. You see what I'm saying? And in that time when you're conscious of your hand, you're not conscious of anything else. And then when you become conscious of that, you're no longer conscious of your hand. You see what I'm saying? So your attention, it's that's where it actually it's a thing, and that's the energy that people feel is literally your essence going out and grappling or touching things or interacting with another source of energy. So you might stare at a person. They might not feel it, but you might go into that daydream. And when you go into that daydream, your attention is scattered. Maybe they feel that and they turn around and they think you were staring at them the entire time because they could feel you. Or maybe you're staring at them and you're thinking thoughts about them so they can feel that energy that interacts with their energy and they turn around and they feel it. Or you can be thinking about somebody or thinking, for example, this happens to me almost all the time now where uh when it's time to like I can feel it when maybe somebody wants to smoke in the room, like when it's time to smoke I can feel it, and as soon as it dawns on me, somebody might say it out loud because it dawned on everybody. We all became aware of that thought. we might not know that. We might not know we share in that awareness, but we do. Or when you hear an annoying noise that's been going on for the entire time when you're having a conversation, you just haven't noticed yet. But then all of a sudden, you both get quiet and notice it at the exact same time. And maybe you didn't say it, but they say, "Man, that is an annoying noise." You say, "I was just thinking the exact same thing." We just throw that away, but that's that energy, that's that connection there. It's crazy, but yeah, energy flows where attention goes. So if you're ever feeling weary or that you don't have enough energy or that you're feeling drained, it's because your energy is being scattered away from the source. It needs to be on you because that is what will make all those things take care of themselves. Seek ye first the kingdom, not the things. If your energy is scattered out there, you're seeking the things. You have to bring that energy in, go within. And that's what meditation is. It's you put your like for example, somebody can be intently typing on a computer or intently writing a paper. All their energy and their focus is on that thing. You take that inward and you start to think about your spirit, start to think about consciousness, think about your thoughts, and your attention will go to thought level. It will go to consciousness level. You don't even have to know where that is or what it looks like. You can just think that's where you want to go. Simply just like this. I'm aware of consciousness. I'm aware of being aware. That makes me interact with awareness because I'm aware of awareness. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. It's like, yeah, it's a good feeling though. I like it, but it's crazy. But yeah, so you just do that. You become more and more and more engulfed. Your attention in that, and more and more and more attention engulfed in that, and then you go there. It's the exact same thing that happens when you fall asleep. Throughout the day, you use your five senses to be interfaced, almost like a little microchip being stuck into a computer. You use your five senses to plug into this realm. When you go to sleep, those senses shut down. You're no longer getting stimulus from out here. And just like when you daydream, you no longer get stimulus from out here. You get stimulus from some other realm. You're getting a signal from some other realm when you daydream, when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, you're no longer paying attention to this place. So where does your attention go? It goes inward. When it goes inward, you start to receive a different signal. You receive a signal from a different level or wave of consciousness or existence. And you go to that place. It's the exact same thing. When you daydream, you are no longer, or when you sit there, for example, I'm gonna show you a perfect example of it. How easy it is to go there and you do it all the freaking time. I'm gonna show you a perfect example. I want you to look directly at me on the screen right now. All right. Now, I want you to, because everybody should have, well, I don't have a refrigerator, but everybody should have a refrigerator. So I want you to, while looking at me with your eyes open, and you probably already done it, then you probably just went there, and now you're realizing you just went there. I want you to imagine your refrigerator, what it looks like, well, with your eyes open, looking at me. Imagine your refrigerator. At the times when you're seeing me, when your eyes are focused on me, you're here. Your attention is here. At the times when you can kind of see me in the background, or you may not even see me anymore when you're doing it, but you're looking at your refrigerator with your eyes open, as if it's right in front of you. You're looking at the refrigerator with your eyes open. You might know that this is back here, but you can focus on your refrigerator with your mental eye. That's as easy as it is to go there. Like when somebody asks you, "Yo, you remember the time when so and so and so and so? What color did I have on that day?" And they go, "Hmm." They're looking where? Where the hell are they looking? They're not looking at the wall to get the answer. They're accessing a different realm. They're using that somehow we are programmed to know that we can access that dimension by shifting our attention to this certain area. So we put our attention in that certain area to access that information and then bring it back to this realm as a memory or whatever. Do it all the time. We go to those different dimensions. It's a different channel. And on each channel is something different. On some channels is the news. On some channels is church. On some channels is porn. Depends on what channel you want to be into. But during the day, most people are just locked into their five senses here. And then when you go to sleep, that stuff like recoils, goes inward. Your attention goes inward, and you go to an entirely different realm because your attention is now focused on something different. It's what Jesus talks about when he says, "If the eye be single," or he says, "If the eye be single, one eye then your body's filled with light. That's what he's talking about. When it's not necessarily focused on one thing, when you're using the third eye, the eye of the mind, or when he talks about, or your eye being double, or your or the other one, if it's not single, the word is actually folded, meaning folded over. Something is closing it up. So when, just like when you use the two eyes you see out here, you don't see with the mental eye. But when you go into your mental eye, your two eyes become one. You ever notice that? When you just sit there and daydream, it's one eye, everything, except for when you focus. And when you focus using these two eyes on this realm here, you don't, there's darkness inside. When you go inside and use the single eye, everything becomes illuminated mentally, or in the kingdom inwardly. In that eye is open and everything else becomes closed. That's the true darkness and light, or whatever. Whatever. So we'll probably talk about that in another video. Thank you folks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate your attention.